In my previous videos, where I talked extensively on major ways of reconnecting to your nature called Ọdinala, that is major ways of going back to your roots, major ways of reconnecting to Ọdinala, I said that the major way of going back to your root is daily communion with your ancestors, with natural powers, with your genealogy, through Igor and through meditation. And in those videos, I made mention of basic materials that you can use in this daily communion with your genealogy, with ancestral powers, with natural powers called Ọdinala, which you are part of. I made mention of naturally empowered materials like osonji, that is alligator pepper seed, oji igbo. I also made mention of performing ablution using water. I'm going to talk about how to use water for libation, but that should be in a separate video. But in those videos, in the previous videos, I talked about performing partial or total ablution on daily basis before employing these other materials for Igor 4. So the major ways of reconnecting to your nature, in fact, the one single way of reconnecting to your nature is daily communion with natural powers, with ancestral powers, through Igor 4 or through meditation. But in Igor 4, that's where you have, or that's where you need those other naturally empowered materials, which I just mentioned. And another one, another powerfully empowered or another naturally empowered material that you can use to do this Igor 4 on daily basis or anytime you want is Nzu Igbo. This Nzu is gotten from land, from earth, from Mother Earth. It's part of sand. It's part of Mother Earth. You can see it is very white. That's why some people refer to it as white chalk. But this English term called white chalk is very insufficient to describe what Nzu really means. White chalk does not explain or does not describe this Nzu sufficiently or perfectly. That's why I prefer calling it Nzu, because when you call it Nzu, it means it is a whole. Because when you call it Nzu, you are talking about Nzu and not just white chalk. White chalk is very insufficient to describe what Nzu is. So this Nzu is one of the naturally empowered materials that you can employ or that you can use to perform or to do that daily communion through Igor 4 or even meditation. Very powerful, this Nzu. And basically, this Nzu is used for invocations. What do I mean by invocations? Summoning your ancestral powers, summoning natural energies, summoning mwelu na mwala, summoning the 4 market days, summoning Eshio de Eshaf, Eshunko na Eshieke, summoning Ayanano Bonano, which are still 4 market days. And these 4 market days, there's a way you will combine them. You will form Mwelu na Mwala, Allah. Some religions worship today originated from your ancestors. The concept of Allah or Allah originated from most ancient humans, Ndibo, your ancestors. Again, the concept of Elu, that is El Shaddai, Elohim, El this, El that, even other religious names. Or let me just concentrate on the gods of most religions today. originated from most ancient humans in the Igbo. Any religion that refers to their God as El Shaddai, Elohim, El this, El that, just know that those concepts of such gods originated from most ancient humans in the Igbo, your forefathers. They took it from Alibo to the Mediterranean world, all the way to Europe, Australia, America, Asia, and other parts of the world. The same thing is applicable to Allah. So all these gods came from your ancestors. So you use this Nzu to invoke all these powers. All these powers that you invoke are not represented as they are represented in these religions. These powers are natural powers. These powers are natural concepts. In Igbo Ọdinala, there is no white man called Almighty God, as you are told, living in white heaven that has Ekwensu or that has Satan as evil. No. The concept of El, Almighty God, came from your ancestors. But that is by the way. So what you use Nzu to do is invocations of these natural powers. Muelu na Mwala, that is Allah and El Shaddai, Elohim, and all those El. It is from that El, Elu, Muelu, that other gods that many religions worship today came from. The same thing is applicable to Allah. But I have separate videos where I explain them perfectly well, how Allah came into being, how Allah came into being, and how El and all this El Shaddai, Elohim, El this, El that came into being. But that is, by the way, what you use Nzu, this Nzu Ocha, to do is invocations of any power, any natural energy you can think of, any ancestral power or value you want to summon. You use this Nzu Ocha to summon any natural power you want to summon, any ancestral power or value you want to summon, any of your power, anything you want to summon, you use Nzu. You use Nzu to summon 4 market days, which are practically Mwala, Mwa Mmiri, Mwa Ọkụ na Mwa Ikuku. That is earth, water, fire, and what? Air. 4 market days are typical representations of these powerful entities or natural powers, which when you combine them, you have Allah and Elu that all Abrahamic religions worship today. Let me repeat it. Nzu Ocha is for invocations of natural powers, such as Mwala, which is earth, Mwa Mmiri, which is water, Mwa Ọkụ, which is fire, or Uru, which is also fire, and lastly, Mwa Ikuku, which is air. And these 4 major energies are typical representations, or are typically represented by 4 market days that Igbos used in right from ancient times to create commerce in the entire world. That's what you use Nzu to summon. And these 4 major energies, that is Mwala, Mwa Mmiri, Mwa Ọkụ na Mwa Ikuku, are what your ancient ancestors in the Igbo, the most ancient humans in the Igbo, used to form or to create Allah and El, that is Elu, that all Abrahamic religions worship today. That's why you got Allah or El Shaddai, Elohim, Elo that, Elo this. All these gods of different Abrahamic religions originated from your forefathers, that is most ancient humans, Ndibo, the ancestors of every human being existing in this world, whether you are black or the so-called white, whether you are black or white, brown, green, yellow, any color you are, the God worshipped in every religion, not just Abrahamic religions, were created by most ancient humans, Ndibo. They were the ones that formed the concept from their own Ọdinala. They gave us God many religions worship today, even though they never worshipped anything, but they gave us the concept. Today, you see people worshiping Allah or El Shaddai, Elohim, Elo that, or Elo this. So you use Nzuocha for invocations. You also use Nzuocha to invoke your Aga, Onyowa, and the Chi. I'm not here to tell you the distinctions existing among or between these three major entities I just mentioned, but to use Nzuocha to summon them, to invoke them. Your Aga, Chi, and Onyowa are not the same thing. Don't be deceived. I have a special video for them, but I'm not here to tell you their distinctions and similarities. Just know that you can use Nzu to invoke them. You can also use this Nzu. Just know that you can use this Nzu to invoke your Chi. Are part of your Chi and other things which I'm not here to explain. I have a special video for them because they are beyond, this topic is beyond the scope of this video. So let us continue and concentrate on this particular Nzuocha. So you invoke these powers, invoking your Chi with Nzuocha, invoke any power, any natural thing, any natural energy, any ancestral power or value you want to invoke. Invoke them, summon them to your presence. And when you summon them, you are summoning them to give them an assignment, to tell them what you want, your intentions. What matters is your volition. Nzuocha, you use it for ego for. It's one of the things you use to do ego for. Even there are some people that use it to invoke all these ancestral powers or natural powers, then use Ojibo to send them on a errand or to give them an assignment. But you can equally use Nzu to do the same thing. In fact, most of the things I said most of the things I said about Ojibo, that is Igbo Kola Nut, you can also use Nzu to do them. Especially those ones that concerns Igommo, because Igommo is part of Igofo. Igommo is invocations of natural powers, invocations of 4 market days, invocations of maternal energies, invocations of paternal energies, invocations of any energy, any power, any force you can think about. Any traditional energy you want to summon, you can use Nzu to do it. Any natural energy you want to summon, you can use Nzu to do it. Any human being, any existing thing, even non-existent, you can use Nzu to summon them, to invoke them. Your volition matters a lot. Your energy, your emotions, you put in, invoke them, then send them on a errand. Tell them your intention, just as I told you in Oji, that is using Oji to do ego for. Make sure you watch those videos because they are very helpful. You cannot understand this one without watching those videos. Go and watch them. It's for your own good. That's the major ways of reconnecting to your nature, called Ọdinala, preventing you or helping you not to be scammed by so many online DBAs today telling you use Fanta to wash your face and money will be flowing into your account. No, Ọdinala is different from most things you see or listen to or you see on social media. You get? Those ones are not even Omenala, not to talk of Ọdinala. They are religiously influenced Omenala, not the original Omenala. And most of those things don't really work. But if you want to do Ọdinala, talk about, go and watch those videos. Make sure you download them. You can download them and watch them. But don't go and open channel and be using my video to make money. You get? So you can watch them, you can download them and watch them. My aim is not to make money off you. No, it's to teach you. I want you to know these things. I want to Ọdinala to progress. So you use Nzu Igbo, Nzu Ọcha for these invocations. Send them on a rand. If you need money, you tell them that you need money. If you need marriage, you tell them that you need marriage. If you need anything, if you need prosperity, you tell them that you need prosperity. If you want to cleanse yourself, you tell them that you need cleansing. If you want to be remorseful, if you want them if you want them to help you in anything, you tell them after summoning them with this Nzu Ọcha. It works very, very well. When you ask them for money, they don't transfer money into your bank account. No. What daily communion with natural powers, with natural energies, with your ancestors do to you is they motivate you, they inspire you, they will push you they will push you into action. They will push you into action. Unlike in religion that you pray, waiting on God, waiting on heavenly God to come and save you. No. This one, you make these declarations. Your volition matters a lot. Your intentions, your volition matters a lot. You make these declarations, decree. Then these things will push you to go into the field and get those things done. Then bring positive results, desirable results back home. And enjoy them. They are for you. You worked for it. You get? They will push you, inspire you. If you are a musician, they will inspire you to make your music stand out among other people's own. Anything you are doing in Aronwaka, Nzunge help. And mind you, anything you are doing, make sure you do it in Igbo language or in your own native language. Mana. N'asụsụ Igbo a na-agba ya draw, especially Ọjị Igbo, because traditionally Ọjị Igbo anaghị anụ Oyibo, ọ naghị anụ asụsụ ọzọ na-abụghị Ọjị Igbo. But you can do it if you are not Igbo and you have interest in doing it. You can do it in your own language. If you are a white person and you want to reconnect to your nature called Ọdinala, where you came from, you can use Ọjị Igbo. Do declarations, watch those videos, do as I instructed in those videos in your own native language. If you are from France, in your own native dialect. For example, if you are a French, you can do Igofo using Ọjị Igbo in your own French dialect. If you are from England, you can do it in English. But anaha Igbo. That's when you do it in Igbo. It facilitates your work because there are some traditional Igbo diction peculiar for Igofo. So if you can learn those dictions, those terms employed during Igofo, during daily communion with your ancestrality, with natural powers, it will facilitate your reconnection. It will facilitate your decrees. When you decree something in Igbo language, it will facilitate it. It is more effective when you do it in Igbo. So you can learn Igbo. It's not too difficult. You can watch Igbo movies, Igbo comedies and all that. Learn these things and reconnect to your nature called Ọdinala. Everybody came from Ọdinala. Igbo Onyochi, Igbo Onyochi, you came from Ọdinala. So you do invocations using this. Then send them on a rand using this Nzu Ọcha too, or using Ọjị Igbo. Very, very powerful and effective. Remember, it is part of Ọdinala. And Ọdinala, Nzu Ọcha is part of Ọdinala. And it doesn't transfer money, dollars, pounds, euros, or any currency into your bank account. Rather, this daily communion inspires you. They go inside you, activates your agun, that is your creative natural potential. They activate your agun, your creative powers, your creative energy to start creating things. They inspire you to make your music stand out. If you're a business person, they will inspire you. They will make you stand out in that your business venture. That's the sense of daily communion with natural powers, daily communion with natural energies, using nzu or oji or osun or even water. But water is basically for ablution, partial or complete ablution. That is total ablution. Osun oji, that is alligator pepper seed, is for cleansing of anyama. It's for cleansing of your body in case you had some contamination the previous day or in previous things you did before doing the igofo. That's the essence of it. But you can use it to do igofo proper and not just cleansing yourself. But I have separate videos for them. Make sure you watch those videos to understand these things. Don't watch one and leave the other. You will get lost. So it's better you watch everything to understand the meaning of igofo. Igofo means invocations. Igommo means invocations, which you use nzu to do. You can also use other things to do it too. Even water. Apart from performing ablution, I have said it in some videos, or I think in this video too, that you can use water for libation. So this nzu, you use it now akpoku ndi ichie, ndị ọkpọ na ndị egede, ndị burigo ụzọ bibe n'ụwa. Mmụọ ikwu nne gị, mmụọ ikwu nna gị, mmụọ aka nne na aka eko, mmụọ ọhịa na ụzọ. That's what you use nzu to summon. Invocations of powers. Your volition matters a lot. Your intent, your inner intent. Do it and a trial will convince you. Try this thing and you'll be convinced that Ọdinala works. So I encourage you to reconnect your nature and you won't regret it. It will open doors for you. Doors that has been shut against you will open. Because that inner well, this Ọdinala will go and activate that inner well. It will go and push that inner well to start rolling. And you start doing things. You won't know what is pushing you. That's the essence of Ọdinala. That's the difference between Ọdinala and prayer, where you pray from now till thy kingdom come, nothing will happen. And they will tell you, believe. When you start believing, the things start happening. Wait, that is why most countries that are very prayerful don't succeed. Because they abandoned their roots and reconnected to ways of their invaders, their colonizers and enslavers. Use nzu. Watch other videos to develop yourself. You don't need me to reconnect to your nature. You only need instructions or guidance from Ọdinala inclined person like me to reconnect. So that's what I'm telling you. Because if you come to me, you are coming to me for work and I will charge you. That's why many people charge you. And these days, things are very expensive. But these things are things that you can do by yourself and for your own good. When you are doing something and that thing becomes hard, use nzu to invoke natural powers. Wherever you are, this thing is from earth. There are so many things you can use this nzu to do. But I'm going to be teaching you one by one, because if I conflict everything, you will get confused. I'm just telling you that you can use it for invocations. And after invocations, you give those powers, those energies that you summoned with nzu. You give them an assignment. You tell them, if you have any case anywhere, you tell them, go to this country and effect this change for me. Go to Africa and do this thing for me. Go here and do this thing for me. You see those things coming into realization. You'll be actualizing those things gradually, sometimes speedily. But the most important thing is that they will stimulate you. They will they will inspire you to act. They will inspire you into action. They will push you into labor market. They will push you into the field to practically get things done with ease, with fun. You see that's when you will understand that Ọdinala is fun. But if you are jumping from one debate to another, do Alpha for me, check this thing for me, they will be charging you. And you don't blame them, because that is their business. But this one, you can activate your own album. You can reconnect to your nature. Then do most things by yourself. Your nature will reveal so many things to you. How to feed your chi. Of course, you are not feeding your chi because you can't feed your chi. It is your chi that feeds you. You are the one that enjoys the meal. You are the one that enjoys the benefits of feeding of chi. When you do this thing, when you do daily communion with everything I have taught in those videos, you know that you don't need most things to go to river to make declarations or to do one thing or the other. You may not even need to go to river because the moment you reconnect to your own nature will start revealing ways of doing things to you. Because of what? Ọdinala is a universally personal thing. It is very personal to you. Ọdinala is a personal relationship with your nature. It's a personal relationship between you and your own nature, between you and your own ancestrality, between you and your own chi, between you and your own agwu. And when you reconnect, your Ọdinala will be telling you what you'll be using to continually activate and reactivate your agwu. That is your creative potentials that will make you create things, that will make you stand out among your contemporaries, your peers. Your things will become different, attracting people, and that is money. Ọdinala doesn't transfer money into your bank account. What Ọdinala does is activate, inspire your ikenga agwuge. Now, Ọdinala will not only go inside you to activate or reactivate your agwu, your creative powers. Ọdinala, after activation of that your agwu, Ọdinala will sharpen it, will make your ikenga to remain sharpened. Whatever you are doing, you see success and prosperity coming your ways. You see necessities of life. Ọdinala is not meant to give you heaven and earth, give you aeroplane, give you cars. But if cars is one of the necessities of life, Ọdinala will give it to you through your own agwu, your creative potentials. Even Ọdinala does not even ask you if you are a criminal or not. Ọdinala is what you give in, is what it gives you. In fact, most times it gives you more. Your volition matters. Whatever you are doing with your own agwu, Ọdinala will sharpen that thing to be very sharp. What I'm telling you is reality, not spirituality, because Ọdinala is reality, not spirituality. Don't be deceived by what so many people have told you that Ọdinala is African spirituality or Igbo spirituality. Ọdinala is reality. Spirituality is an upgraded religion. So Ọdinala is very real, reality. As you dey play, you go dey show. You don't need command and wait to be controlled, waiting on any god or any agbara or any deity to control you. No. Waiting on this, waiting on that, or waiting on Roman sun deity to answer your prayers. No, you don't need such prayers in Ọdinala. Ọdinala doesn't care about some things you do in religion. Ọdinala cares what you give in. Ọdinala is a multi-edged sword. Ọdinala is a multi-edged purpose. That is, Ọdinala is multi-purpose. Ọdinala doesn't ask you whether you are doing bad or good. That's why many people use Ọdinala to commit evil. Ọdinala is very, very powerful. It's real, reality. That is natural intelligence, not artificial intelligence. It's different from artificial intelligence. Ọdinala is natural intelligence. Natural power. Ọdinala is more than quantum energy. It's beyond energy. Ọdinala is beyond what you call quantum energy. Ọdinala is natural intelligence. Try Ọdinala today through daily communion. That's one basic way of reconnecting to your nature called Ọdinala. And that basic way has twin ways. That it has two ways. That is Igofo and meditation. using naturally empowered materials. There are other things you can use, but use these basic things so that by the time you reconnect and realign with your natural realities, your Ọdinala will be revealing other things to you. And you will stop using some things. They tell you, use this incense, put this incense, 777, 666, 999, this back to sender. Who told you that those things work? Use natural things that belong to your own nativity, from your own native land. Nzu ọcha, ọjị Igbo, ose ọjị Igbo. Water, especially if you can get water from your own home river, is very, very powerful. If you cannot get mmiri ezelu, the one that ran. So, nzu, that's what you use nzu to do.